Hi, this is Victor from Apply, and in this video I just want to show you how you can work with interviews in a smart way. And we'll be doing this in our own tool, DocsGPT, but basically you could do this in any GPT-based tool almost. And what we'll cover, as I show here, is first how to identify the main themes and topics in an interview. And then afterwards, we'll figure out how we can find the most relevant quotes in an interview within a given range of themes or topics, so the ones we identified before. So if we just jump straight into it, then we can scroll down here to a transcribed interview. So what I've done here is that I've taken an old interview I did a while back while I was studying, and just have the transcribed version of that. So if we want to use the tool, we can just start by selecting all the text. So here I have basically 3 pages, maybe a little bit more, of transcribed interview. And then we can, when we've selected that, we can go in here to the DocsGPT tool. And for this task, we want to select the Analyze tab. And then within here, we have the topics function. And as you see here, we can also zoom in. It says that it analyzes the selected text and gives you the most important topics found in the text. And that's exactly what we want to do here. So let's just try to press it and see what it finds. And as this is quite a big chunk of text, it probably takes a little while to load. It goes quite fast actually. And as you see here, it now has identified the main themes in the interview. That looks quite correct. So what we can do is just go a little bit down here and then make a new heading saying topics, make that text bold, and then below we can then insert this text. Maybe we don't want that to be bold, and then we can just see here what it actually is. So I mean, this is exactly what's actually in the interview, but maybe not all of these things would be that relevant to write up as an analysis of whatever the task of this interview would be. So maybe we want to delete this one. Budget is maybe also not that important. Training, maybe not. And then maybe email addresses is also not what we're looking for, but maybe we're actually also looking for something within innovation. And then let's say like this is now the main themes in the interview we want to work further with. Now you can say, now we are basically done. We've analyzed the transcribed interview and we found the most important themes. But what you often want to do then is to then find what are the quotes in the interview that are most relevant within these themes. So what we can then do is to select the topics here. And then we want to write a little instruction to DocsGPT on how it should work with these texts compared with the transcribed interview. So what we'll do is we go here to the Generate tab. And then we'll go to the create from version. The create from version function works by taking some text we have selected in the document, and then it creates a new text based on the instruction we give it here. So what we'll do here is to write the instruction then. So maybe say find the best quotes in this interview and list them below each topic. And then we need to select basically all the topics in the text, but also the whole transcribed interview so that it can find the quote from that. That's selected here. And then we'll press the button, create from, and it will load. And now again, it's working with a lot of text here, so sometimes it takes a little while before. Last time we were lucky that it was fast. So let's see how it goes this time. And what's happening behind the scenes now is that this AI is basically reading through the text and trying to make up its mind of how the topics and the interview fits together, so it finds the most relevant quotes. And let's see if we get a result in a little while. Yeah, here we have something. Looks quite good. So we have some of the topics we also had before, and then a little quote below. So that actually looks really good. So we can just say here, make a new heading. So we say topics with quotes, and then just insert the text here. Yes, great. We can make this bold so it's a heading, but otherwise this looks actually exactly what we wanted. So we have a topic now, and we have a quote for each one. So if you were writing, for example, a thesis or a school project, you now had the selection of different topics and a good quote for each one. So if you have several interviews, it would be quite easy to analyze across and see how the different topics compare and what the different quotes are. It could also be that now we've a bit further in our analysis, we already know that these are the right topics and these are the right quotes. So what we actually want to do is to write together sort of a coherent paragraph where it does some things based on the themes or the analysis we made, and it takes the best quotes. So in reality, if this was a school project, it would probably be a bit further and have a bit more content. But just for the sake of this example, we can maybe select this innovation topic with the quote that fits to it. And then we can use this generate from again. And then maybe we'll say write together topic with the quotes from an interview to a coherent paragraph for a thesis. Keep some of the quotation marks. So as you see here, I really try to give it a lot of context of what we're doing, what we have done before, how it should keep these quotation marks in. And this is only because this AI is really, really smart, but it's also really bad at understanding context. So if you don't give it context, it would probably be a bit random answer because the task would be ambiguous. But since we now give it a lot of context, so it really understands what's going on here, let's hope it understands what it should be doing. So we'll write this instruction. We have marked this text, and now we can just press the button here and it will load. And we're hoping to get sort of a coherent paragraph with some conclusions in, but also some parts of the text. So let's see what it has done here. That looks quite good. We can just press insert and make a new heading here where it says coherent paragraph with quote. So what you can see here is that what we have now is sort of a coherent paragraph that's written as a human more or less would do it. And then we also still have the quotation or the quote in here from the person. So it's basically ready to be inserted into a thesis or a paper where you have this as a data point. So, generally, I wouldn't recommend just doing this as your analysis. Of course, there's a lot of human work and finding out which are the right themes and which are the right quotes. But this can be a help to be much faster at identifying some relevant themes from an interview, and also much faster at writing some of the things together once that is identified. So use it as a help, as a supporting tool. Of course, not as the whole analysis, but it could probably be a help. This was just one example of what you can do in DocsGPT and what we advise here in Apply. There are many other use cases. So be back another time for another video.